really know the person.
Yeah.
What's K. Michelle's trauma?
Men.
Wow.
The center, I once said, what was the center, like, of my pain, of my life? I didn't have anybody, knock on wood, no one close to me die or anything like that. Everything that I've gone through has been because of lack of self-esteem and men being in the middle.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men?
I don't think they're good people.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that, the reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody.
What's going on, my people? This is Blanche Eating, your host of Black Trending News. This is episode 7 of season 2. Go ahead and check out the other 6 episodes in season 2 and also the 40 episodes from season 1 if you haven't done that already. All right, well, let's get into it. So K. Michelle did an interview with V103. And as we all know, K. Michelle's interviews are always very entertaining. She's very smart, even though she is a struggle love artist, and every time you hear from her, she's speaking of her struggles for the most part. She still gives you hope. You know, she's always coming out on the bright side is what I see. I find her negativity uplifting, and that's just me in general. Like, I love Mary J. Blige. I love music like that. I don't find it to be a downer. I find it to be an upper for me because it helps me relate. And then once I feel strengthened in that connection with another female or another artist or another song, I feel stronger. So that's just how it works for me, but everybody's differently. But today, K. Michelle said something that was a bit sexist and a bit general, and I don't doubt that it was for, you know, media attention. She's just released a new single. She's probably dropping a new album. She's doing some stuff on Lifetime, so she has a lot of things coming up. So again, the shock effect is in effect, right? People have to shock people, but this was definitely a shocker. You know, she said men are not good people. She doesn't think men are good people. How about people can be bad? I think that's a better phrase. People can be bad sometimes. I don't think that men, I mean, there's only 2 sexes of people, right? Like men or women. But I think that people in general could not be good people. Like, it's not just men, because women do all of the things that men do. Now, the root of why women do things is, you know, it varies, of course, just like when men do stuff. But women can be just as bad as men. Women cheat, women lie, women, unfortunately, sometimes rape, molest children. I know, this is the truth. Women do what men do. Like, this is not, you know, you want to talk about equality, right, between the sexes. Well, this is it. This is equality, is taking accountability. I don't think that men are bad people. I think that phrase is a shocker, and that's all it is. It has no depth to it, and it's very open. It's a very wide, you know, valley of space. You know, it's just, I mean, I understand why she feels like, I think every woman understands like that. You know, I've even made comments myself. I think all men are cheaters. I don't think any man can be faithful. This is how I genuinely feel. And this is based on my experiences with men, being around family, you know, conversations with my dad, all kinds of reasons why I feel this way. But it doesn't mean that men are not good people. I mean, if you say something like that, if you agree with something like that, then you have to you have to throw yourself in there as well, because women can do bad things too. I think people in general just can be bad sometimes, and that's just what it is. But again, K. Michelle is a struggle love artist. Most of her content is about, save me, you cheated on me and you lied. And I get it, because I have records like that too, and I understand it. They come from real experiences. I get it. I get it. We have a right to sing about that. But I also think that she has to sell it as well. The same thing with the Fantasia interview about submitting to a man. This is a Christian, outlook, a Christian behavior. I don't want to say behavior, but it's a Christian thing, it's in the Bible. And she's coming out with some gospel music, so she has to sell it. She has to do this. And I think, and I just want people to see this. I want people to understand that when musicians have to sell a record, they usually side with the crowd that they need to sell their record to. So Fantasia's gonna speak, scripture. She's gonna have that Christian talk when she interviews, because that's what she has to sell to. That's what she's trying to attract. It's just marketing and it's selling. So, somebody commented and said, K. Michelle will be talking about she's gay next year. I mean, they were probably being sarcastic, but it's just another headline, basically. But I think it's a terrible headline. I don't think men are good people. I think that's a terrible headline. I think that's going a bit too far, and I hope that most people have the common sense to say, this is definitely just marketing. I think it even goes into borderline sexism. Her father's a man, right? I think so, right? And she's with a man now. She's talking about having a baby. She has a surrogate. So there's the two men in her life that are they bad people? Are you with bad? It's so contradictive. That is a very contradictive statement, and she stood very strongly by it. She didn't say, but she just said, yeah, I don't think men are good people. She was very adamant on that statement. So, again, that's attracting the feminists, maybe. I don't know. There's different umbrellas, different categories under the feminist umbrella. Not all feminists are equal. I feel like some are more like this, some more like that. But who she's trying to attract? Man eaters? I mean, I don't know. But she's definitely always entertaining and triggerish to watch, which is why she makes a great reality TV star and a great R&B artist, because people love drama. So, but I think that statement was just uncalled for, unnecessary, and very untrue. And again, just a shocker to get people to click. And it definitely worked, because I clicked, I listened, and now I'm making a podcast about it, episode about it. So, definitely check out the whole interview. It is a great interview. She does go into depth in what she's doing. I just hope that women don't run with it. And I hope that it doesn't discourage women from having heterosexual relationships. I feel like it can. I mean, I just hope that it doesn't discourage women from having healthy relationships and dating and looking forward to whatever they want in a relationship, or whatever they want from a man. Because that's just not a true statement. People in general can be bad, period. It's not based on sex. That's just a very it just didn't take much thought, you know what I mean? And I think she's more intelligent than that. I feel like she's way smarter than that, which makes me really believe that she just said it as a shock. It was just how can I get people to really tune in? And it works every time. So, but for people who look up to K. Michelle and other female artists, be careful with, take everything with a grain of salt, because you have to live your own life and you have to have your own experiences. You can't take something that somebody famous says and run with it and say, this is how my life is going to be because their life is like that. I mean, you really can't do that. And I feel like a lot of young girls do that. Maybe, you know, women who have been through things and have lived life, you know, we've matured and bloomed and blossomed, and we go, okay, well, that's bullshit. We can know that. But what about our daughters? What about our nieces that are still grown and very impressionable? They may not be thinking like that. They may be like, oh, man. And what other choice do they have? You know, this man or woman, like, you know, so for all my young listeners, like, don't take it and run. Understand that marketing is very clever and used in ways to sell products, and you mustn't let it depict your life and determine your decisions. You should make your own decisions and be independent and think for yourself. No matter how much you look up to a person, no matter how much you love a person's music, always be an individual and turn all that background noise off and know who you are at the end of the day. Thank you for listening. Go ahead and like this video if you like the video. Subscribe, comment, share your experiences, your thoughts on this, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.